Do you know how to spell the word receive? If the spelling of the word has always confused you, then you are watching the right video. Hi everyone, I'm Elaine from English Made Easy. If you are looking for easy ways to learn English, then this is the channel for you. I have several tips gathered from my many years of teaching experience to help with almost every topic. This lesson today will help you to remember how to spell the word receive and all other IE words correctly. So please keep watching till the end to master this topic. There's just one simple rule to remember if you want to know how to spell the word receive and all other words with IE in them. It is called the IE rule, which is a very apt name because the words have I and E in them, and therefore it is the IE rule. What is the IE rule? This is the rule. I comes before E except after C. I comes before E. So whenever you have a word that has I and E close together, always remember that I has to come before E, except if there is a C just before the I and E. If there is a C, then it becomes EI and not IE. As you can see on your screen, there's a C here for receive. Because of that, it is not I and E, but E and then I. So if you see the word receive and you are confused about how to spell it, you just have to remember the rule. I comes before E except after C. Then you have to think, does the word receive have a C there just before the I and E? And if you can remember that it has a C, which you will, of course, then you will know that it is not IE that comes after C, but EI. Spelling rules serve as guidelines for us to remember how to spell words. Of course, each rule has exceptions. So you might find words that don't follow the rule. But here's the general rule to follow, and let's concentrate on the rule and not on the exceptions to the rule. So please remember the rule. It's just I comes before E except after C. It's called the IE rule, a standard spelling rule called the IE rule. So if you want to know how to spell receive, you just have to say the rule in your mind and you will know that it is EI that follows the C and not IE. Here are some other examples of words with I and E in them. As you can see, they're all with an I first and then an E. Why? Simply because there is no C before them. For example, friendly has an R there, patience has a T, qualified has an F, handkerchief has an H, experience has an R, mischievous has an H, friendship has an R, believe has an L, peace has a P. If it was C that was there, it would have been EI. But because there's no C, it's IE. Simple rule, isn't it? Now look at these words here. You can see a C there, and therefore it is not IE but EI. So sealing is CEILING. Receipt is RECEIPT. Conceive is CONCEIVE. Deceive is DECEIVE. Perceive, PERCEIVE. Why is it EI and not IE? Simply because there is a C before the E and the I. That's the IE rule. Exceptions to the rule are here, but you don't have to bother about the exceptions. We're just learning the rule. You might come across these words and wonder why they are not spelled according to the rule. So here are some of the common exceptions. Of course, there are so many words that follow the rule, so many words that don't follow the rule, but I have just picked a few of the words that we use almost regularly. So foreign is one exception. You can see an R there and yet it's EI and not IE. One exception there. Science, another common word that we use, and it's spelled IE even though there is a C there, isn't it? Look at neighbor. It's N-E-I. It was not supposed to be E-I. According to the rule, it had to be I-E because there's an N there. But it's E-I. Weird. W-E-I. It was supposed to be I-E, but it's E-I. Either, neither, these two. See, E-I, E-I. They don't follow the rule either. Ancient has I-E when there's a C there. It says very clearly in the rule that when there's a C, it should be EI, but ancient doesn't follow the rule either. What about vain? It's V-E-I again. Rain, R-E-I. Height, H-E-I. They don't follow the rule, but every rule does have exceptions, isn't it? That was the IE rule, and I do hope it will help you to get the spelling of all the IE words right. Of course, there are exceptions, but leaving that aside, I hope the IE rule has been helpful to you and you will never ever get the word receive wrong, at least, or received, receiving, had received. Thank you for watching, and I'll have a new lesson with a new tip next week. For now, cheerio.